Welcome to Source Not Found, show about the worst versions of your favorite things. Every other week, we take an IP, franchise, or fandom and examine it solely through its sequels, spin-offs, and side projects. Basically anything but the source material. My name is Beau, and, today I'm of two minds. I don't know if I am Timothy Dalton's slutty little mustache, or Alan Alton's... Alan... God damn it, he killed me! Fuck. Alan Arkin's... I
didn't expect the phrase slutty little mustache.
I don't know if I am Timothy Dalton's slutty little mustache or Alan Arkin's rugged masculine mustache. The look on your face.
And I'm Brandon June, and it wasn't lies, Jenny. It was acting.
Oh, and it was acting, man.
He was fucking acting.
God damn,
that's some acting.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're still in Brandon's birthday month, and this week we're doing 1991's Rocketeer. The Rocketeer.
Don't you drop that definite article.
I was going to say, put some respect on the name. The Rocketeer.
The one and only, because this is a one and done. This movie did not do very well.
It did not.
To my great disappointment, because as a child, birthday month, the perfect follow-up to Dick Tracy, two of my favorite movies as a child.
I was going to say, your two favorite movies are back-to-back. Like, I'm trying to remember if mine were as well. I feel like there's more time between my favorite films.
Like, one right after the next, and then also, like, just thematically and, like, aesthetically, and in terms of time period, like, very related. I guess this is related. Okay. Not to jump too far ahead. I mean, this is why I love noir and Art Deco and this time period.
Sure.
And when we did Indiana Jones, you were like, what is it with you and Zeppelins, man?
I was gonna fuck you. I was gonna bring it up because Madonna calls Lips a Zeppelin, and then there's a Zeppelin in this movie.
Yeah.
And then we encountered Zeppelins in Indiana Jones, and I just, you love a good blimp, dude.
I think it was this movie, as I was watching it, like the big climax on the blimp, on the exterior, on top of it,
Yeah.
I was like, I think as a young child, because I saw that this at such a young age, like, I think from this point on, I was just enamored.
And now,
with those fucking things.
And now as an adult, blimps bring you to climax.
I don't know what to do with that.
I was gonna say the moment your face just stopped. Like, I thought maybe you had frozen, and instead it was just you blue screened. Like, just
I need
hardcore.
a Rocketeer helmet, and I'm gonna put on my little Rocketeer helmet. I can't. Yeah.
Yep.
Absurd
there it is. Yep. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to do something
numbers,
a little bit.
Not give me numbers on the movie.
Yeah, I want to do something a little bit different than we did for Dick Tracy. We rambled a lot in the beginning. I want to do the numbers and synopsis, and then I want you to tell me your whole skis with this film. So think about that while I give you a beautiful rundown of numbers. The Rocketeer, June 21st, 1991. So almost exactly a year after Dick Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Budget on this one, $35 million. So what is that, $10 million less than Dick Tracy? And that surprises
Don't ask me, numbers boy.
Hell out of me, because this movie looks like, there are times it looks like it could have been made for $3,500. Opening weekend, $10 million. And now this was the weird thing for numbers, because I don't think this has ever happened for a movie that we've covered. The gross for this film, not gross North America versus gross worldwide, the sheer gross for this movie is $48 million. Based on the research I did, I could not find numbers for this movie being released outside of North America.
Huh.
I think this is the first time that's happened.
It's a pretty American movie.
It is as America as you can get. Yeah.
Well, they almost, until, actually the same director, right? Joe Johnston, went on to make an actual Captain America movie many years later.
The reason he got tapped to make Captain America was because of The Rocketeer.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So opening weekend, Rocketeer was number 4. Number 1 was Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner. Number 2 was City Slickers. Number 3 was Dying Young, which I don't know that film. I looked it up and I still didn't recognize anything about it. Yeah, number 4 was The Rocketeer. And number 5 was Backdraft.
Oh, shit. We talked about being allowed to see rated R movies at a young age. And we just unlocked a memory. I saw Backdraft because my father was a firefighter many, many years ago. He had since moved on from that profession by the time that I came around. But I remember being allowed to watch Backdraft, or at least parts of it. Like, I have vague memories of that. It was a firefighter movie. You can watch those.
Yeah.
I think I'm going, you know what? Goddamn, that theme song from the Kevin Costner Robin Hood.
Yeah. It's going to be real hard to beat Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I got to hear that in the theater, man.
Like, that's what I would have gone to see. I think with a bullet. I really do.
It's a good movie. I want to go twice because I got to see this because I owe it to this one. I owe this movie a theater watch.
All right. For Dick Tracy, I had you give the synopsis. This time I pulled a synopsis that I feel like is actually pretty good.
Okay. So it'll be unlike mine.
No, I thought you did a great job. I've just, in the past, some of the synopses I've pulled have been, we're going to say garbage.
I mean, Are you going to sneeze?
No, sorry.
I was going to sneeze.
Yeah. No, it
I
looked
really
like
need that Rocketeer helmet.
You looked like an animated rabbit for a moment. Like your nose just started twitching.
I'm good. I don't know what I was going to say. Let's just synopsis.
Cool. Synopsis. In 1938 Los Angeles, pilot Cliff Secord crashes his airplane after being stuck in the air in a shootout between gangsters and FBI agents in a car chase. Completely broken, his best friend and mechanic, a PvP body, attempts to repair a broken-down biplane to raise some money in an exhibition show. However, Cliff finds a package hidden by one of the gangsters with a rocket with belts, and they find the device allows a man to fly. Meanwhile, his beloved girlfriend and aspiring actress Jenny Blake succeeds in an audition to make a small role in a movie of the great actor Neville Sinclair, who is ranked 3rd at the box office, which... couldn't they have just made him first? During a flight exhibition, the mechanic Malcolm Jones has an accident, and Cliff uses the rocket to save him, being called the Rocketeer by the public. With his picture in the front page of the newspaper, Cliff is chased by the FBI, the gangsters, and Nazi agents that abduct Jenny. That's the movie.
Pretty good. That's the movie.
So why this film, Brando?
Okay. We're about the same age.
Yeah, give or take.
About a year between us, right? So, I don't know if you, it seems like you were maybe more exposed to, like, comic books and, like, superheroes and nerdy media at a young age. Like, you hit it, you got in there a few years before I did, I think.
I think so.
So,
that's probably correct.
Like, the big one for me was X-Men, and, like, the relaunch in, I think, 91, or around there.
Something like
with,
that.
With, like, Jim Lee, relaunching not the Uncanny, but just, like, the straight X-Men series of books, and the animated show, coming after that. And Power Rangers hit around the same time, and, like, there was a new, very 90s coded just unleashing of heroes and superheroes and media and toys. But right before that, it would have been, like, just a year or two, I think, before all that really, like, kicked off for me. I was seeing stuff like this. And I don't know why. It seemed like maybe it was parents' choices. Like, I do remember going back to Dick Tracy, like, my mom was an art teacher, and I remember her showing me the film and being very excited about how they used color and how they composed the shots. And she was pointing these things out to me about why that was visually effective. So I know that was, like, a choice of hers. And I think it was just, like, these are Disney, or at least, like, Touchstone, but, like, these are approved for young boy.
Sure.
And which is kind of crazy now to think like that would have been okay. And like maybe, I don't know, X-Men is a little too risque. Like you mentioned the body count in Dick Tracy. Holy shit.
Yes.
57 people died.
Yeah.
So, but The Rocketeer is real tame. This is a family movie. So I think
noticeably a family movie, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I think these just got in there at a really young age and they captured my imagination. I think these were some of my first exposures to the idea of like the archetype of a hero, a superhero. And the other thing I had was the Max Fleischer Superman cartoons on VHS, the really old Superman cartoons, which if you've never seen those, they are a very different early conception of the hero of Superman, where he's very vulnerable. Like he can get tangled up in fucking wires and stuff, you know?
Right.
And they also, because of the time period, have that Art Deco look to them. And I loved that. I think one was coming on the heels of the next, and they were all kind of forming this idea in my brain of like aesthetic things that I enjoy and like, and what a hero is and what a hero looks like and battles against. And I kind of carry that with me to this day. So yeah, of course I loved this Art Deco helmet, and it's a very sleek, very visually arresting design for the Rocketeer and his jetpack. He's flying through the air. He's punching Nazis, fighting on the top of a blimp. It was great. As a child, like it was so exciting.
It's so funny how like almost diametrically opposed the tastes that are like pre-adolescent selves had. Like you had the Art Deco Superman and the Rocketeer and Dick Tracy. I had well, I think it was 1981 through 1986 Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, where Spider-Man teamed up with Firestorm we're gonna say Firestorm and Iceman. And
okay, yeah.
My grandmother had some of those on VHS. I have no idea where she got them. I know she didn't buy them for me because they were never like in a case or anything. They were just random VHSs. And so I watched Spider-Man like almost religiously starting at like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
And that's not Art Deco at all. It is the most 80s, late 80s, early 90s animation you could ask for, showing kind of a grungy New York. So it does inform your taste when it comes to like what you find as aesthetically pleasing and interesting to your eyes in a film.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me,
yeah,
I never even looked at building aesthetics or anything because I was just thrown into a gritty ass regular New York. But I was so concerned with the characters of like Spider-Man and Firestorm and Firestar and Iceman. It's very, very interesting to see how like just one cartoon basically can pretty drastically change how you feel about cinematic art almost, right?
Absolutely. I mean, at that age, you've had so few experiences, right? Like the things that you are exposed to loom so large and can really inform your tastes for the rest of your life. Like you're saying, like I'm just thinking now, like through all of our conversations and the things that we tend to bring up and highlight in films and media we cover. And yeah, man, I'm always talking about like texture and aesthetics and, you know, maybe it all just kind of started with these.
Yeah.
With just being exposed to very dynamic, visually arresting art styles. And I'm thinking about the things that you bring up. Even last episode with Dick Tracy, and you were talking about a grittier world that you would like to see him navigate.
Right.
And
be a hero in.
Yeah. And how often you just get into like the rough edges of characters and want to explore that. And yeah, very interesting. But all that to say, like, I don't know if this is the greatest movie.
It's
not.
It's not.
This is one that's almost impossible for me to be critical about. I'm going to do my best today, but you have to understand, like, I really don't know how old I was, but like maybe like 4.
Yeah.
Like really young. Like this movie is a part of that part of me.
Me with the OG Tron. Yeah, no, I get it.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
there are certain movies that just you can't look at with a critical eye because every moment hits you in your nostalgia bone. But with that to say, this is not a great film. Like, now I will say, there are some incredible performances. Timothy Dalton is fucking acting his ass off. He is carrying this entire movie on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Him and Alan Arkin both. Like, every scene that they are in, I am 100% into.
Alan Arkin is amazing. They're dynamic too.
It's fine.
Peavy. Like I think they're so sweet.
It's just that
how do I look? Like a hood ornament. Come on.
It's the same problem I had with Dick Tracy, but it's elevated in this one. I don't care about Billy Campbell. I don't. Like,
yeah,
he is a big old nothing. Like, he looks the part.
He does. He has that like boyish kind of look and charm to him, and you know the way he parts his hair, and he looks good in this suit.
Well, I mean, the fact is, like, I don't know. I don't have a lot of trivia for this movie. In fact, not even enough to take you to a corner. But one thing I did read was he basically went to a professional stylist or something to have his hair redone to look exactly how the Rocketeer's hair looked in the comics before he did his audition.
Oh, nice.
Like, he was walking in with his best foot forward. He wanted it bad. But he didn't do anything with it, is the problem. Like,
no.
I just, okay. Maybe this is like grumpy Beau, right? Kind of coming to the forefront. But he's a shit ass hero. He is not good at being a hero. Like, I love the idea of the Rocketeer. His look is fucking awesome. The helmet with the fin down the center, the rocket pack, however they designed it for this movie, visually, he is stunning. Like, the badass bomber jacket, like, almost like equestrian style boots. Like, the Rocketeer as a character cuts an image into your brain that just screams cool.
Yeah, I think I wonder if I had known, because I didn't know, like as a kid, maybe I wouldn't have been so much a fan of the movie. I just like Dave Stevens, amazing comic book artist and designer, maybe, and character creator.
He didn't win a single fight as a hero. Like, he was more Three Stooges than Captain America.
Yeah.
And like, if you have that for once or twice early on as he's trying to like get like, you know, kind of find his sea legs when it comes to the jetpack and stuff, I'm down. I get that. Accidents happen and it's kind of fun. But he gets his shit wrecked often.
Yeah.
And not even by the big gorilla man. The big Nazi. What was his name?
I think Lothar.
Sure.
I think. sourcenotfoundpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Please send it.
The Rocketeer fans, I know you're out there. There are dozens of us. Dozens. Yeah. To your point, like rewatching this, it had been a long time. It's like this movie is plotted very poorly and weirdly.
Yeah.
And it leaves you wanting it. It's like overstuffed with like scenes of him, like, you know, being in the diner and the mobsters come in and they got everyone held at gunpoint, and like these sort of like very contrived like ways for him to be on the run from whoever's looking for the rocket pack at that moment. It's like this obvious man in front of you, the only real reasonable suspect, and we're just sort of like dragging this whole thing out. As we're unsure.
The diner scenes pissed me off, especially the one where the gangsters come in and they're gonna straight up melt Peavy.
Yeah.
And he's just letting it happen.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not, to me at least, this is not a hero. Like, he's not even...
No, he's just a guy.
He's not even looking for anything. He picks up a ketchup bottle and puts it down. Like, that's all you got, my guy, is a fucking ketchup bottle? Like,
yeah.
If I saw my mentor / father figure about to be melted in hot oil, I'm gonna take a bullet.
And to that point, like I said, it'd been a while. I was like, in that scene, like, oh, I can't remember how exactly they resolved this conflict. Like, oh, and then he gets the bottle, like, oh, he does that. And then he didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, smash it over a mobster's head. What the fuck, man?
I just, like, I understand that in a lot of hero movies, the hero is secondary to their supporting cast. Like, the hero is only as strong as its, like, supporting network, right?
Yeah.
Some heroes are only as strong as the man in the chair or their sidekick, or
sure,
like something like that. This dude's nothing. Like, he loses and gets in trouble more often than he gets himself out of it. He relies on everyone else to clean up his messes. Like, if at one point he would have just, like, absolutely whipped someone's ass, like, if he would have handily beat T-Dalt on the blimp, like, just taking punches and giving them back, and finally Timothy Dalton just kind of collapses, I would be like, okay, he's earned his place as a hero. But instead, he gets his ass kicked and smudges some gum, and then T-Dalt explodes.
I do get your criticisms. Like, you do want that from your hero, at least at some point. Like, they nail the first act of it. You know, absolutely. You feel like, he's just a guy. He's just a pilot, and he finds this thing.
He almost feels like a Han Solo or like a Hal Jordan. Like, he almost feels like a fearless, badass pilot hero.
But Disneyfied, you know, he's wholesome.
He's wholesome.
Rogue, you know? But I mean, like, I need to push back on your point a little bit, because, like, he does have moments of heroism. And I think, like I'm mentioning, like, in the first act, like, when Malcolm goes up, because he's late to the show, when Malcolm goes up in the plane and is, like, fucking up and is looking like he's going to crash.
Sequence.
This guy, he's never, like, he's not used this jetpack before. He's got this crazy technology. He blasts up in the sky to save his friend.
And then knocks his friend out.
Because I mean, I think that's a strength, right? It's like, yeah, he's not going to just blast up into the sky in this brand new technology he's never used before and be adept with it. Like, he fumbles, but in the end, he does save his friend and explodes a gas truck. But, like, I think they nail that. It's just that eventually you want him to rise to the level of expectation of the suit, right? And, like, actually punch the Nazi off the blimp and not just sort of stumble into it through, like, a lot of happenstance and chance and, like, others intervening.
Eventually you want his skill to meet his desire.
Yeah.
Like, as like, emotionally and mentally as a hero, yes, 100%. That first act sells me on it. He is willing to sacrifice what could be his life to save a guy who is basically covering for him because he was late. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that is incredibly selfless and heroic. It was selfish for the reason that this whole thing happened, but he's trying to make up for it in a very heroic way. But through the rest of the movie, like, he never meets his own expectations, and it doesn't really ever seem like he's trying to. Like, he continues to kind of fumble and throw himself into situations hoping it'll all come out for the best. And when it doesn't, his friends pull him out of it. Like, Howard Hughes, played by, the dude from Lost. I can't remember his name, but he was incredible. So good in this movie.
Howard Hughes is such a great character in this movie.
Yeah. Howard Hughes and Peavy saving old boy's ass. They're kind of enabling him to make more mistakes. Right? Like, eventually he's going to kill somebody. And he's going to be trying to save them. And it's going to, like, he's going to be working his ass off. But they're just letting him not think things through and just trying to, like, help him clean up his own messes. Which maybe that's the idea here, right? Like, follow your gut and, you know, be a hero where you can be a hero.
Yeah, I get all your criticisms and they're correct. You do want that and you don't get that. And that's why, like, even though it's hard for me to be critical about it because it was such a formative movie. On a rewatch, I did find myself like wanting that and like noticing how weirdly the movie is structured and like things that you would expect. They either don't do or the like the weaker aspects, like I mentioned, like just the being pursued by, you know, the government or the gangsters or whatever. And like we have a lot of that. And then you expect like when they get the jetpack early on, the rocket pack, like, oh, they're going to do a bunch of shows and make some money. We're going to have like a montage or something like that. And no, we have like one scene and then we kind of move on from that. And just like what it dwells on and what it doesn't dwell on is very interesting and surprising. This character is very relatable because of everything you just mentioned. Yeah. Like this is how it would be if I found it. Like I would fuck up, like I would explode. But if I accomplished anything, it would be like by way of this. And so on that level, it's interesting, right? It's like, yeah, this is what it would be like if a random pilot found a rocket pack and just tried to use it.
Well, but it's like, for me at least, it's like watching a Spider-Man movie whenever he gets bitten by the spider initially. Like, you watch him swing his face into a brick wall at like 60 miles an hour, and you're like, yeah, no, I'd do that. You see him like misshooting his webs. You see him misusing his strength. You see all of this. And it makes him relatable, and it makes him human, and it makes him three-dimensional. But you also get to see him grow into those powers, and by the end of the movie, you see a well-polished, well, kind of well-polished hero.
Yeah. He at least rises to the occasion of the threat and defeats the villain or whatever it is, solves the conflict by way of his own skill set and what he's grown into through the film. And we don't have that. And so it is lacking. So it's a weird choice, right? But I could see that kind of thing working, right? In a different movie. The thing is, like, the way this movie like presents itself and what it should be is what you're describing. Like, we shouldn't have a inept hero by the end. Like, the fact that it's playing with these very bold archetypes of the hero's journey and like visually, like Art Deco, like bold, broad forms visually and like aesthetically, and then also narratively. I'm just like, yeah, we're going to hit the points. And the thing is, like, you've seen this journey before, but we're going to present it in this style and it'll be engaging because of that. But then it doesn't do that. And I don't know, maybe as a kid, I wasn't going to be critical, right? Cool rocket pack on cool character. And also, I guess, like, as way of a power fantasy at that age, like, if the hero is kind of a nothing, that's fine because I'm the hero. Like, I'm focalizing myself into that role. Like, I'm taking out Jennifer Connelly, which we didn't really talk about her yet, but I had a thing for her.
I don't blame you.
Maybe present tense. But like seeing this and Labyrinth as a kid, like I was smitten.
Yeah.
Know? Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay. I have 2 points I want to bring up. One is funny and one is real. Funny. Both of your movies do not paint police officers in the best light.
Well, you know my politics.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We're talking about things we carried forward.
No kidding, right? But just like the FBI showing up.
Fuck the police. Disney taught me. Fuck the police.
Disney taught you ACAP. But just like the FBI or whatever show up at Peavy's house and just light them up, boys, with Tommy guns.
What the fuck?
With no visual anything. They just completely devastate this man's home.
Yeah. Okay, you know what this movie does is weird? Cops. Shit cops.
Yeah.
But they also do the thing that actually I find very frustrating, which happened a lot in this era. They romanticize the mob.
Yeah.
You know, and I think this starts with The Godfather. Maybe. Like, I'm not the most knowledgeable, you know. I like mob movies, you know.
Sure.
Particularly the ones that like a Scorsese or like The Sopranos that like show you the nightmarish, monstrous reality of these characters.
Sure.
And don't like gloss over it. But I guess, you know, in The Godfather, you are presented with this idea of like, yeah, they do crime, but they have a moral
they have a code
of honor. They have a center. He won't do drugs. You know, they'll just go to a random shopkeeper and beat the shit out of him and threaten to hurt his family and break his legs to extort money out of him. But they would never peddle drugs in the city streets. You know, they have a code of honor. Like, fuck these guys. Fuck these thugs. And it kind of does that where it's like, oh, we got the gangsters and they're going to do all these crimes. But, oh, we got a Nazi? Well, at the end of the day,
I'm
mob,
American
they're
through
still
and
Americans.
through.
We're going to come together as Americans to take out the Nazi. Also, recurring character, Paul Sorvino. He's back.
He's back. Yes.
And not eating oysters,
So,
thankfully.
My other point, and I've seen you in relationships, and you're a very considerate partner, I would like to say. But both of the main characters in the movies that you enjoyed growing up are dickheads to their girlfriends.
One is literally a dick. Yeah, Jenny deserved better.
Yes. It is a weird thing to think as you're watching a film up until you find out that T-Dalt is a Nazi. You just know that he's the villain.
Yeah.
He treats her real well in comparison. You're like, maybe
better than Cliff ever did.
Honestly, maybe she should end up with him. And then it's like, he's a Nazi spy. And it's like, oh man, she could have done so well. Like, dang
Rewatching it, I was reminded of Shaun of the Dead. Because she's like, we're at the diner again. It's like, yeah, you're going to the Winchester every night. Like, take her somewhere else, man.
It blows my mind that, like, you're watching a movie and the obvious villain is taking out the main, like, the protagonist's girlfriend. And you're like, man, I really hope they hit it off. Like,
yeah. Because he's, Timothy Dalton, man. And, like, you get the scenes of him acting, like, in the film. And he's doing this like swashbuckling. Well, he actually does fencing. He's doing all of his own stunts.
Yeah,
which is a great line in the movie. Like as Cliff faces down him at the end on the Zeppelin.
Yeah, it's such a good line.
I do my own stunts because he thinks he's just going to knock out this actor like he's not actually capable. And that I think my favorite line from him is when like he's confronted about being a Nazi, and Jenny's like, "You're a what? Spy, saboteur." A fascist? All of the above.
Yeah, it's so good.
He is wonderful in this. I love his character. And he's having such a good time.
He's having a great time. He is something you don't often see in especially like a Nazi antagonist. And I'm surprised Disney got away with it. He's charming as fuck.
You don't cast Timothy Dalton and not expect charm.
Yeah,
they know
exactly.
What they're doing.
Like until he does the full heel turn and summons like the SS at the end, even then you're like, I don't know. Am I cheering for the bad guy? And then it's like, oh no, he's summoning the Nazi special forces basically. And you're like, well, I would have cheered for him until he was a Nazi, I guess. Dag nabbit.
Yeah.
Come on, T-Dalt.
Oh, man.
I don't know, man. Like, I had a good time watching it. There were, during this, like you said, there are some pacing issues and some plotting issues that make it kind of feel longer than it is.
Yeah, I watching it, I was like, how was I not bored at 4 or 5 watching this thing? You know, that's kind of crazy. There's a lot of filler and, like, I don't know,
random
like in
bullshit
the middle there. It's yeah. The like the weirdness of it, and it was kind of the case in the comic too. Just like these, again, long stretches of like being pursued by various people who can't seem to find them, even though it would be like, it would take 20 minutes to track them down. Like, they're easily locatable.
Yeah.
At any moment, you know? And like, I think it's just like overly contrived and kind of confused. Like, I see what they're trying to do of like them being on the run, but like, it just doesn't work. You think like, yeah, even in the time period where this is set, like they would have that rocket pack back in hand in an afternoon. Like, whoever's looking for it.
No question. Yeah.
You know, especially because he's so inept. Like, they can't really, they can't outdistance the interested parties at any point because Cliff is just always stumbling into something, fucking up. Yeah, it's weird.
It is that, but I can get so the reason I think maybe you weren't bored as a kid, and the reason I wouldn't have been bored by it as a kid, is because when the hero is on the screen is the only time it's really dull, and I can like I can fantasize enough to put myself into the hero's perspective during those scenes. And when he's not on screen, you've got Alan Arkin, Timothy Dalton, and Jennifer Connelly, and they are all three incredible.
Yeah.
And just running the scene.
And you got that crazy diner. That diner
done by is it Margot Martindale who is running it? I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Oh, I just meant like the building itself.
That
the building
too.
is a dog.
Yeah, it's
That's
a dog.
Fucking cool.
I do love a interestingly shaped diner.
Yeah. I think a lot of like, and that's from the, like a lot of the things they pulled right out of the comics, and I can kind of see, like, having read those, why they were kind of confused about how to take it, because like Dave Stevens had a very haphazard way of writing and releasing these. Like, it was like a couple issues in this anthology, another issue over here, and like they weren't like collected, and it wasn't like one consistent run, because he was picking it up and putting it back down, and like long stretches in between, because he had to take on other work, and then also because he was so like meticulously researching everything. Like, those comics are exceptional. Like, you read those like this is a master at work, like on the page. Maybe not as much in the storytelling department, because he wrote and drew all of them. So he's doing both. Like, they're well written, but the way they're structured is kind of weird. And I feel like they don't all fit together in a way that like you can easily just pull all that one narrative arc out and make a feature film about it.
Sure.
Because it kind of like goes on like little tangential riffs. And there's also just not that much there. Like, there's more after others have played in his world in the years after his death. He passed away very young. And there's some great stuff from like Kurt Busiek and Mike Allred and his wife as a team, that like some great takes on the character. But yeah, I can see like they pulled some things like directly out and slotted it in here, but then tried to like change some other things to make it work as like one kind of hero's journey. And yeah, it's just not quite there.
I mean, like I said, I agree with that it's not fully baked in there.
Yeah.
Right. But I didn't hate it. Like,
I don't think it's a movie you can hate. You can maybe think it's kind of dull.
It's a little dull, but I can walk away from this movie and go, holy shit, Timothy Dalton is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, Alan Arkin, incredible. Jennifer Connelly, that young, just like, I don't know how many roles she had before this one, but if she didn't get cast in all sorts of shit after this one, I would be surprised. Like, she did a great job too. Mm-hmm. It doesn't surprise me that Billy Campbell didn't do a lot after this movie.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Also, yeah, it's a bummer. Also, in 1991, like, we also have to put this in the time when it was released. I can't think of a better, like, baby's first superhero movie.
Yeah.
Or hero movie. There's not a lot out there, and, like, I guess Superman would be fine. Batman is a little intense for
a little dark.
Younger children.
A Spider-Man movie hadn't been done correctly yet.
No. And I mean, like, you think about the other stuff coming out in the 90s, like, I kind of brought them up last time as part of a bit, but like that Flash movie, that Captain America movie, like, maybe watch The Rocketeer.
Yeah.
I think that's the best you're going to do for a while, honestly. Like, there wasn't much else to enjoy. Like, I'm trying to think between the first couple Batmans and Supermans until, like, X-Men. Like, what else in the 90s was worthwhile? Really?
This may be controversial, but I mean, like, could you consider... I would consider Ghostbusters in the same realm as The Rocketeer.
You know, yeah, to that point. Normal guys with a pack.
Yeah.
On their back.
And at least they're funny.
Yeah. Billy Campbell doesn't earn a spot on the Ghostbusters team. He'd just be dead weight.
Yeah, no, he'd be useless. Peavy, however, would be a welcome addition.
Oh,
him
man,
and Egon would get on like a house on fire, dude.
Yeah.
They would make a new sort of like ghost containment system and a better proton pack.
Bring in fucking Timothy Dalton's Nazi ghost and have them take him out. Oh.
Or no, bring in Timothy Dalton as the EPA inspector. Give that guy a little bit of charm, and we're not going to cheer for him, but it'd be something.
Hey, the one thing you can't say at any point is, this man has no dick. You can't say that to Timothy Dalton.
You cannot say that to T. Dalton.
That's obviously not going to read, like, this man has a very obvious dick.
I honestly, like, I have watched, this is a little bit of a tangent, so just kind of stick with me. I have watched other movies with Sean Connery, and he was good, but he wasn't charming. I have never seen Pierce Brosnan or Timothy Dalton play a character that is not charming.
Yeah, it's just sort of baked in.
Like, going back to the James Bond shit, those two Bonds, T. Dalt and Pierce Brosnan, like, of all the Bonds, those two Bonds fuck. Like, they are charm beasts.
If nothing else, Timothy Dalton appreciation. No matter how else we feel about the film, which my thoughts have not changed. It's a favorite, even though I see its faults, and yeah, if I hadn't seen it at a young age, I wouldn't enjoy it to the degree that I do. But that experience,
I think I
carry it with me.
I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's a great movie. And I could certainly see, if I would have watched this as a child, I probably would be feeling as strongly as you do. I would like to push out, as a 1990s hero, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. I was going to say, it was like an open question. Like, I don't know. I'm like, as I think on it, probably a bunch of stuff's going to flood in. But I was really thinking, like, feature film, hero, superhero space. Like, did we have any good go-to examples of that done well?
Heroism?
Between like, the Batmans and the Supermans and X-Men kind of kicking off, like Spider-Man, and then, a bunch of good attempts, and then eventually the MCU. Yeah, man.
sourcestuffoutpod@gmail.com. Throw them at us.
Yeah. Tell us, and maybe we'll cover it. Okay, you said the movie's good, not great?
Yeah.
I want to highlight something that's great.
Timothy Dalton.
Well, yeah. And, yes. Dave Stevens. I just brought him up. Amazing comic book artist. And Gone too soon. And I was reading. So in the comics, Jenny is Betty and is actually Betty Page, and not like a reference to or like homage to Betty Page, like actual Betty Page.
The actual Betty Page
is the character, is Cliff's love interest in the comics. He used her. And I never thought about this. I was just like reading about that choice in preparation for our episode today. And I thought it was interesting. Why do we know who Betty Page is? Because, yeah, she was like a famous pinup model, you know, in like the 50s.
Yeah.
But like, how many of those do you know about or really come to mind? And I never thought about it. But I think from what I've seen, this comic, The Rocketeer, which he released in the 80s, I think 1982 is when he started publishing it. I might be wrong about that. That was one of the first independent comics to really like hit it big. And it brought her back into kind of cultural awareness.
Like into the zeitgeist sort of situation?
Yeah, like I think she had maybe just fallen off. Like she wasn't, like people aren't pinning up Betty Page in 1982. But like having her star in that comic, and he draws her very, like sensually. Yeah. He has.
You don't have to say it that breathy, dude.
He's. Have you looked at his art recently?
It's so
it's fucking
sensual.
Betty Page. Oh my god. Yeah, he can do a pinup with the best of them, and so he brought her kind of back into the zeitgeist. Yeah, and I guess there was like a trend of just her influencing looks and people trying to like style their bangs after hers, and I thought that was really cool. And then what I thought was really wholesome is that he actually reached out to her, and they had a friendly relationship as he got permission to use her in his comics.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, I pulled a little paragraph here. So Stevens was a longtime admirer of 1950s glamour and pinup model Betty Page. He modeled the look of the Rocketeer's girlfriend after her and featured her image in other illustrations too, which helped contribute to the renewed public interest in Page and her modeling career. After discovering that the retired Page was still alive and lived nearby, Stevens became friends with her, providing both personal assistance and helping to arrange financial compensation to her from various publishers for the use of her image and reprints of her many glamour and pinup photos. And that's just fucking wholesome, man.
That's cute as hell.
Yeah. And I mentioned, like, she was born in 1923. He was born in, I think, like 1955. They passed away within 9 months of each other. He had hairy cell leukemia, which is why there's not that much Rocketeer out there. But very tragic. But man, what a sweetheart. I just loved reading that. That was super cool.
That's really, really awesome. Like, just the idea of an artist finding, I don't know. It'd be like, it's hard to even comprehend of what it would look like now because the world is so small and so big at the same time. Where like anyone that we could even talk about probably is easily accessible, but it would be like me now writing a story and featuring Cindy Crawford and reaching out to Cindy Crawford and being like,
yeah.
Hey, just letting you know, I admired you as a young adult into adulthood and everything that you do. And I just wanted to offer my appreciation and make sure that you get compensated for any of your images that are used.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
very sweet.
That's just really, really nice.
Yeah.
Good on you, man. Good on you.
So all that to say, I think you should source The Rocketeer, especially if like you have young children. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to reach new generations. They might be bored to tears. I don't know if you source The Rocketeer. I think you should. If you like this era, this like the subject matter, the time period, this art style. If nothing else, I think you should source The Rocketeer comics, because even if like on a narrative metric, it's not the greatest thing ever. You're going to see a master comics artist at work. Like the way his compositions, his use of panels, his penciling, like his character designs and how expressive it is. And just, it's a lush, vibrant world. it's really worth checking out just as a fan of comics art. Dave Stevens.
Kind of like how I feel about Mage. You look so fucking smug right now.
When you say the word Mage, all I can do is just a massive just sigh. Mage. Okay, yeah. No, he did write and draw those. That's a similarity.
I guess he did do the work. He did.
That's the same medium. This is correct.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sorry, Mage. I'm sorry. I'm not okay. Look, I don't want to be I got a negative review or two, so I can't go into the negative zone just me, you know.
Oh, well, hey, let's
these
go.
Characters shine. Oh, you want to do some reviews?
Yeah. Of course I do, because again, I don't feel strongly about this movie, but I certainly don't dislike it. Right? Like, there were a few moments I was bored, but for the most part, I think everyone except for Billy Campbell had an exceptional role and acted their asses off. And it's just like Dick Tracy all over again, right? Like every other single character other than the protagonist, I thought was incredible.
Okay, so since we have two like Disney-owned hero movies back to back, one after the next, 1990, 1991, both with the same fundamental issue for you, would you rather see Billy Campbell as Dick Tracy or Warren Beatty as the Rocketeer?
Warren Beatty as the Rocketeer, because I would be more interested at the fact that I knew he would be doing his own stunts. And seeing a mid to late 50s man wear a jetpack and do like wire work just sounds like a good fucking time.
Mid-50s. Wait, wasn't he 63?
Yeah, didn't we do bad math?
We.
fuck you, buddy.
Like my math was fine, and then you gaslit me.
Yeah, no, I did do that. That's my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the fact that he got wrecked by a lamppost and Dick Tracy, like, I don't think we should strap a jetpack to that man. Dick Van Dyke broke his fucking shoulder. Like, we need to keep all these guys away from.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like,
inherently dangerous.
Dick Tracy took risks that the Rocketeer could have used.
Yeah. Right.
So I guess, like, put the two of them together. Like, if Dick Tracy would have been more family friendly, I don't know what that would look like, but I think it'd be kind of fun. And then make the Rocketeer, but with a few more fun, just like flights of fancy, some more risks. And I think you could have had a really, really good time.
Well, maybe we'll have a really, really good time with this review. It's kind of weird.
Love that.
This one is from Samantha Lyons, 0, from December 4th, 2013.
Wow.
7 out of 10. Loved the rocket scenes. Bill Campbell looks like a cartoon, too. In fact, everyone in this movie looks like a cartoon, except the guy playing the huge thug working for Paul Sorvino. That guy doesn't look like a cartoon. He looks exactly like Rondo Hatton, an acromegalic actor from a few 40s horror flicks. But it must be admitted, Rondo Hatton looked like a cartoon. And, well, if A equals C and B equals C, then A equals B. No? It's a conundrum, all right.
What? Hang on. I need a second. Like, I understand everything that was just said, but, like...
You do? Because I have the text in front of me, and I still find it the most convoluted way to express a point I maybe have seen in recent memory.
That's fair. That was a lot, man.
Yeah. The movie is filled with delicious 1938 atmosphere. I wasn't around to enjoy it, but it's always struck a resonant chord in me when I glimpse it in movies or listen to recordings from the period. Yeah?
Just the line written in 2013 by Samantha Lyons. I wasn't around to enjoy it.
I mean, we don't know how old they are, you know.
I'm sorry, man. If an 80-year-old woman is posting on IMDb, I gotta be curious.
You'd be very curious after reading the references in this next paragraph. Here we have an Artie Shaw sort of band playing Begin the Beguine with a close simulation of that famous arrangement that made it such a hit. A smiling singer who looks like Nicole Kidman stands on the stage and sings without rolling around or smashing a guitar. Call me retro, but I prefer it to Snoop Dogg EZ2 dudes.
Maybe this is an 80-year-old person.
All seriousness aside, what happened to pop music anyway? Where are our Cole Porters and Ira Gershwins? Somebody hand me a hanky. The production designer deserves a medal for capturing the exhilarating vulgarity of Southern California. I love that phrase, exhilarating vulgarity. That's fucking good.
Honestly, I want a t-shirt that just says exhilaratingly vulgar.
Source Not Found merch?
Source Not Found merch.
Potentially.
Our first t-shirt.
Yeah. Would you buy? Oh, man, that'd be good. I think I glimpsed a reproduction of Benvenuto Cellini's Apollo amidst the faux Egyptian columns. I enjoyed the airplanes, too. The one in the beginning of the movie was built exclusively for racing. I forget its designation. That's got you?
Just what happened to our Gershwins? You'll notice that this delightful sculpture in between Egyptian columns. Also, I really like the airplanes. They go burr. Like, what the fuck, man? Come on.
The magic of flight. You know what? That first thing, like, just excising that, highlighting that, it does feel like the very boomer thing to do, which is to post on Facebook, like, music then, and it's Pink Floyd, like, just, you know, ripping out like a 10-minute, like David Gilmour just killing it on stage, you know?
Right.
And it's like music now, and it's, I don't know, they just pick whatever villain of the week that, like, that right-wing echo chamber has decided to say, like, this is the degradation of the form of music, right? It's just one of those, like, I remember when we had the Gershwins, and now look at it. Snoop Dogg EZ2 dudes.
But I loved the airplanes.
Airplanes
Moss airplanes,
great.
por favor.
It was a horror to fly because it was hardly more than a huge engine with a tiny airplane built around it, and as unstable a craft as ever took wing. Scary news footage exists of one of them zipping along at a tremendous rate and then, out of nowhere, kaboom! Spinning deliriously into the ground at full speed. The 1930s were famous for their air races, like NASCAR is today. Heroes were made out of aviators. Airplanes that later became famous as fighters in World War II were first configured as racers. Curtiss P-40s, for instance, and the British Spitfires. One person found that helpful.
She really liked the airplanes.
We have this multiple times, like, back in the day, back at the height of Western civilization, air races. Now, NASCAR. Gershwins. Snoop Dogg.
It feels so dad-coded. Like, that entire comment felt like someone who has been researching World War II for years because they needed a fixation. Their children, they're an empty nester, and they want to read about war and airplanes.
Yeah. And they've already talked everyone they know's ear off. Like, everyone's tired of hearing these diatribes, so they got to send that energy somewhere. IMDb. I hope you're ready to receive me. One person found that helpful. Here's one that 3 people found helpful. I'm not going to read this one. I have to highlight the score and the title of the review. This is from Dick Vanderberg, June 10th, 2008. I'd give it an 11 if I could. Score? 9 out of 10 stars.
Good job, Dick.
I'd give it an 11 if I could. I can't, so I gave it a 9.
3 people found that helpful.
This one's weird too. Okay, here's Cooper Redmond 48505. April 14th, 2020.
Recent.
9 out of 10.
Ish.
Yeah. COVID-19 Watchathon. Spoilers. I was actually supposed to watch Dances with Wolves tonight, but my dad hated it because it doesn't have subtitles because, spoiler alert, it has Indians in it. So here's a review I have been anticipating since the beginning. So without further notice, here is my review of Iron Man before Iron Man. The ups, great score, great casting, similar to Spider-Man. You all like him. The downs. There are no downs.
So wait, can you tell me the date on this one more time?
2020. The height of April 14th, 2020, height of COVID. COVID-19 Watchathon. Yeah.
Yeah. This and the second Iron Man.
All the Iron Mans. We fucking did Endgame by that point.
Yeah. God.
Yeah. But I get their point, you know, like, it does, it's like I wouldn't go Iron Man, I would go Captain America. But maybe that's just getting caught up on like time period and aesthetics. I guess if I had to compare it to an MCU movie, but I don't know. Do you think it's more of I guess it's more of an Iron Man thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. In terms of like, I'm getting caught up on time period and setting.
Yeah.
It's more of an Iron Man story for sure. Yeah.
I mean, just the whole scene in Iron Man 1 where he finally learns how to fly. He's finally able to get the suit to fly, and he's just bouncing off of everything. Yeah. That is ripped from this movie.
Right. And it's just normal guy using tech to become a hero. And
right.
I think maybe why my brain doesn't go there is because you have Robert Downey Jr., who is, like Timothy Dalton, just
a charm monster.
Yeah. Anthropomorphized. And then we have Billy. I'm sorry, Billy. I'm not trying to be too hard on you, but you are not that. You seem like a lovely guy. I'm sure you're great.
And he is wildly handsome. He's
got the look.
There's no charisma coming out of the screen from him.
All right, well, I have a lot of love for the movie. You have like for the movie. So we're going to balance this podcast out by ending with someone who does not.
Fair enough.
We're going to cut the thrusters and just plummet down to the earth.
Can't wait.
With a 1 out of 10 review on IMDb. And I have a new character, and we're going to see how this goes. This one is from Winner55, July 30th, 2006.
20 years ago.
1 out of 10. Big boring ripoff. When this first came out in theaters, I searched and searched reviews and promo on the film to find one, just even one, reference to the film it rips off, the last of the great serials, Commando Cody and the Radar Men from the Moon. That serial made an easy transition to television and was played every Saturday, some years every day, on television throughout the early 1960s. I sat glued whenever it was on. Commando Cody actually did look like he was flying. But more importantly, being the last of the great serial heroes, his writers had learned from previous mistakes not to let Cody or his friends or his enemies do any much talking. The serial was just one fist fight, shoot 'em up explosion after another. But what made this important is that Cody thus had no time to doubt, to question, even to pose. He had to take decisive action at every minute, and he did. This was no typical wimp, which by the mid-1960s were cluttering up comics, books, and films. This was a man of action, and the second I recall ever seeing from popular culture, after Elliot Ness in The Untouchables. So I was originally pleased when it became obvious that the Disney Spielberg people were going to put together a remake, until I started noticing in all the hype that nobody talked about it as a remake. In fact, nobody was mentioning Radar Men from the Moon at all. And by the time it was playing theaters everywhere, the horrible truth had sunk in. Hollywood was going to pretend that its real past, which was also part of my own history, never happened. Well, it did happen. which makes this a remake, and a bad remake at that. This is everything the radar men avoided. Slow as mud. Unnecessary pseudo-scientific explanations. A real wimp for a hero. Wretchedly miscast actors trying to come up with a good reason for being there. Overbloated cinematography and special effects. Uninteresting, mushy romance subplot. Banalized nostalgia. Patronizing to young viewers. Everything that I loathed on television that drove me to watch Commando Cody to begin with. This is not an action movie. Radar Men from the Moon is an action movie. This was just a bad excuse to print up promotional paper cups at fast food restaurants. Skip it.
You good and goddamn well know we're covering Radar Men from the Moon, right?
Have you ever heard of Commando Cody before?
No.
This moment.
No.
Let's
but
go.
I looked it up, and the helmet is vaguely similar.
Really? Okay.
Not very. Vaguely. It has eyes and a mouth. And it's bucket shaped.
Thank you, IMDb, for another amazing human being out there in this very interesting, vast world
We're going to have to find... I'm going to have to find Radar Men from the Moon, and we're going to have to fucking do that.
All right. I'm in. I mean, it sounds very exciting. There's no talking.
There's no talking. They just beat the fuck out of each other in every scene.
Oh, man.
What a hoot.
What a hoot.
And speaking of a hoot, if you ever want to... fuck, I lost it. It doesn't matter.
Hoot at us.
Yeah.
Hoot at us.
Yeah, hoot at us at sourcenotfoundpod@gmail.com. You can find us on all of the socials. We don't do a lot anymore because Facebook's a cesspit and I just can't. But we are still around, so feel free to send messages or post or whatever you want. We're around. You can also find us on YouTube, where you can find a full backlog of our episodes. And you can also find videos of video games that we've covered for the podcast that Brandon has played on his Twitch stream. Which, Brandon, what are you currently doing over on that Twitch stream?
Yeah, twitch.tv/LegionBug, link down in the show notes. What are we doing? Like last time, it's a bunch of stuff, so I don't really know what's the next stream, but come on by and see what's up. We do all kinds of interesting stuff. Retro games, newer games. Love to have you. And if you go and check out that link, you will see a link to St. Coelacanth, composer of our theme music and a lot of other good music too. Has released a lot of stuff recently.
So
definitely check
good.
him out.
I actually just went on his page recently just to kind of take a gander at what he's been putting out recently, and
yeah,
my ears were so pleased. It was a really good time.
Yeah, the new stuff is really good. And beside those other two links, you'll see another one for our Patreon, which, speaking of...
It's that time.
I almost said it, and then I stopped, and then you just got in there. You just jetted in with your little rocket pack and said, let me say it. No, let me not say it, actually. Anyway, patrons, thank you so much, too.
Thank you.
13th Horseman, Frederick Weaver Vorhug, Susie Daggs, Joey Bishop, and Jacob Spindell.
Friendship.
We love you.
Love you. Thank you so much for another month of support. It means the world to us.
And thank you to those of you who are not patrons, you're just listeners. We love you. We thank you for spending your time with us. Thanks for letting us infect your sweet, sweet, malleable brains with our horrible, horrible thoughts sometimes.
Thank you for withstanding our... Oh, shit, what was it? What vulgarity?
Oh, fuck. No, not exquisite.
Exhilarating vulgarity.
Exhilarating
vulgarity.
I'm actually writing it down. I'm adding that to a note.
Yeah. Thank you for putting up with that.
I got it. No, that's not great. I was gonna say check your toilets for Nazis, but that's, You know what? just check your check your toilet for Timothy Dalton's slutty little mustache.
I visualized that one. The reason I didn't start speaking like normally is because I'm just imagining you look down the bowl and and it's that fucking chin too, that little divot in his chin, just filling up, and just looking up at you.
Again, like blue screened, you froze for a full 5 or 6 seconds.
Man, who has more power over me, Betty Page or Timothy Dalton? Why choose?
Why choose
when you can have both? In the world of the Rocketeer, you can have them both. You know what? I didn't mention. I wanted to point this out. I thought it was clever. Shit. Hey, stay listening to me. You know what was cool? Betty Page, Betty in the comic. What is her name in the movie? Jennifer Connelly. I thought that was just a fun little thing. Like, oh yeah, we were just naming the character after the actual source, the actor. Jenny is Jennifer. Betty is Betty. Thought that was kind of neat.
Huh.
That wasn't important.
It makes it a lot easier to talk to your scene partner in person and in character. You never really have to change. Makes method a whole lot
Timothy
easier.
Dalton doesn't need that. He's a fucking professional.
No, when he acts, baby.
Others.
That's acting.
Yeah. Anyway, stay punching, jetting around, flying, shooting, not talking, or else you're going to bore Winter 55. Live a life that Commander Cody could be proud of.
God damn it. Check your toilets for radar men from the moon.
Mm-hmm. And then pull it out of there and send it to us so we can watch it.
Yeah.
Watch it off first.
Jesus.
Bye.